When I first viewed the Pont De Moret by Alfred Sisley, the first aspect that I noticed was the water, and how the lighting of the reflection seemed serene and undisturbed, and it gave me a sense of peace and meditativeness. I found myself wondering if this was a reflection of Sisley's mindset at the time, and if he felt as at peace with the world as the painting seems to portray to its viewers. Unfortunately, at this period of time, in the late 1800s, Impressionism was very new and rebellious, and the focus of light and time of day was not nearly as appreciated by the public as it is today, and many Impressionist artists struggled to achieve fame during their lifetimes, and Alfred Sisley is one of those artists. Le Pont de Moret was not a traditional Sisley painting because he tended to work primarily in plein air, which is outdoor landscapes that focus on nature and the development of and progression of natural lighting and its environment. Like most artists, Sisley was classically trained and chose to take that education further by developing a more scientific approach to painting, with the lighting and the lighting reflecting the water, even though this was a personal risk at the time in the art world. It was a risk because his family went bankrupt later on in his career, and unfortunately the success he had did not come until a year after he passed away, so he never knew what his paintings meant to the public and the true worth monetarily that they had. One of the biggest questions I would ask Sisley today would be what inspired you to love water so much? One of the greatest inputs we have is through historical documentation. Sisley wrote letters back and forth to an old friend about his love of naturalism and how he loved to paint freely in nature. Water is also a very challenging aspect to paint, and he considered himself a master by the end of his career. The risk that Alfred Sisley took in his paintings has left a lasting impression on people and continues to do so today while being on display at Lehigh University. In fact, Le Pont de Moret is proudly displayed in the entryway of the Zollner Art Gallery and is the first thing you see before even walking into the building. Students and faculty are inspired automatically, and it exudes a creative and calming vibe. As a designer in college who is almost ready to enter the real world and workforce, I hope that I can take risks that push the boundaries of the design world, much like the Impressionists did in the late 1800s. I emotionally connect to the yearning to create something different, but that you love, and that is exactly what Sisley did with his waterscapes, and in Le Pont de Moret, all of his skills and technique are evident. When you really love something and are passionate about the work you do, strong bonds with the artist occur, because despite being decades apart, art evokes emotion, and emotions connect the creators, and that is exactly what I felt when I saw this piece for the first time in the Zollner Art Gallery. I felt Sisley's passion as my own, and I saw the beauty of his final product, but also his process, execution, and strive for making an impact in the art world. So here's to the man whose love for challenging himself led him to become a master at painting waterscapes, in which we are so lucky to see and have today.